So it's been a fantastic day of bounce backs, Bitcoin hitting all-time highs and the alts starting to respond. This is what we'd like to see. We'd like to see Bitcoin march forward so that it doesn't slow the progress of the others down. Of course, the rest have been relatively quiet, even though some of them have started moving due to their own isolated catalysts, I think. The Bitcoin trickle-down effect is yet to begin. That would start when Bitcoin cools off a little bit and starts to move sideways. Then we're going to see the usual trickle-down. Ethereum moved a little bit today because it had its own little, people buying Ethereum in the back because they're expecting an Ethereum pump. RLUSD probably helped pump Ethereum as well as XRP. The rest of the alts have been relatively quiet. Now, the confirmation by Ripple that RLUSD will launch tomorrow, the 17th of December, has probably helped pump the two platforms on which it will run, which would be the Ethereum ecosystem and the XRP ledger, right? So Ethereum saw a little bit of a pump, as you can see there, in the last 24 hours, doing a 4%, which actually outperformed Bitcoin somewhat. And of course, we have XRP also slightly outperforming Bitcoin at 4.8%. Of those three, actually XRP did the best. It was the last mover of the three, but it moved nonetheless and outperformed the rest. Now we're at $2.50 and starting to sort of creep up very, very slowly. I think that tomorrow we might see a nice pump to, about, I'll say 2.6, maybe approaching 2.7. No financial advice, do your own research. And of course, I may be wrong. This is just a hunch that I have based on, FOMO-ish activity when RLUSD starts to be functional. Now, a quick note on RLUSD. I'm a little bit confused why everyone is so excited about buying RLUSD. I can see how we can be excited about its prospects and the utility that it's going to bring to the XRP ledger. I can see that, and how it's going to help pump the price of XRP. But why are people actually buying a stablecoin? To what effect? It's not like they can trade it for a higher price. So unless you're getting it for sentimental reason to show that you're one of the first people to get it and then you're just going to hodl it, doesn't make any sense. It's like holding RLUSD is pretty much the same as holding Tether or USDC or any other stable coin. So I don't know what the frenzy is, but apparently some people are paying exorbitant amounts to buy RLUSD. Also, a lot of those RLUSDs that you see on the DeFi platforms are actually fake. So if you buy those, they're probably scams and rug pulls and you're going to lose all your money. So please do your own research, but I was still well away from buying any RLUSD. So much so that the CTO came out to warn about this. So if you follow him on Twitter, or X as it's called now, you'd have seen his alert that he raised. So be careful, guys. Just, chill out. Anyway, so as you can see, XRP price on the move as Ripple announces stablecoin launch on December 17th. This article talks about it. It's no big deal. It talks about it being fully backed by US dollar deposits, US government bonds, and other cash equivalents with monthly third-party audits. So the audits are very important because actually the way the RLUSD XRP thing is going is kind of giving to the untrained eye. It's giving a little bit of the whole sort of Luna UST combo that were like the golden pair in 2021, and we're going to take over the market, outrank Tether, take over, destroy the USD, and then, Moon then was imminently attacked. But this is a different beast, right? This is backed by the US dollar and not trying to take away the US dollar. So that attack, we can rest assured that we're not going to get governmental attacks from the United States. Also, there are people who are, pallies with the powers that be that's standing behind this. So it's kind of a weird way, but at least we're assured that they're not going to destroy their own baby, right? So we have multi-chain support. It's going to launch on XRP ledger and Ethereum ecosystem. And it's built for cross-border payments, DeFi integration, and bridging between fiat and crypto. So exciting times. It's basically utility for XRP. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Now, I've been hearing a lot of FUD, or should I say a little bit of FUD. And there are two bits of FUD that I maybe want to show you how I am relaxed about this, right? First thing is I'm hearing that we're at the top of the bull market, that the only way is down from here. Even though Bitcoin hit all-time highs today, people are still perpetuating some of this fuddish speculation, right? Now, one thing that I do is I kind of look at what the whales are doing. A lot of whales are buying now still, like lots of it. And not only are they buying, they're moving a lot of their crypto out of the exchanges, right? If you look at whale alerts, right, and you just look at some of the moves and transactions in the last hour alone, and this stretches back to the last few days, right? The same sort of pattern is you see this large amount of Bitcoin sort of moved from a centralized exchange like Kraken, like Coinbase, like Binance to an unknown wallet, right? You even see some XRP. Some of it has been transferred to, Coinbase. This one is transferred from unknown wallet to Coinbase. So yeah, there's some selling of some XRP, I guess, but there's a lot more buying of it and moving it off exchanges. If you just go through the list, you see a little bit of XRP there. 120 million XRP moved from Binance to an unknown wallet. Just buy, move, buy, move, buy, move. Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. So a lot of Bitcoin is being bought. We also know that Michael Saylor has bought even more Bitcoin at the average price of over $100,000. Now, if these big guys are buying Bitcoin at $100,000, let's believe that they don't think it's the top of the bull run at all. Either they believe that we're going to pump significantly in 2025, or they believe that we're never going to go down ever again. While big institutions and people like Michael Saylor, who's an insane bull, might believe that, I don't think that whales actually believe that we're not going to have a crash. I think whales will still happily dump at the top and wait for a crash, which is why I follow whales more than I follow institutions in terms of the acts, in terms of what they are doing. So I follow the whales. I don't care what Michael Saylor is doing because he's an irrational bull. He's a billionaire and he can afford to do what he's doing. He can hold for the next 50 years if he wants. But whales, they want to make money. So if you want to make money, you look at what the whales are doing, not what they're saying, right? Another thing I'm hearing now is the FUD about the Federal Reserve announcement. Now, what's been built into crypto is the fact that we think that we're going to get yet another rate cut from the United States. Now, I'm in the UK, so it doesn't affect me directly, but it does affect the people in the United States and the US economy, which means it affects the global economy and it affects crypto directly. So when rates are high, traders and financial investors tend to de-risk and they tend to sell what they think is risky assets, risky instruments like tech stocks, right? And Bitcoin is still treated like a tech stock, especially now that Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy has entered NASDAQ 100 with Bitcoin. That effect is going to be seen in a more pronounced way. Now, we've built in the fact that we think we're going to get a rate cut, but now what seemed to be absolutely certain seems to be slightly uncertain now, right? Now talking about the Federal Reserve being a little bit now looking to slow down the cut somewhat. Maybe they've been unsure about the cuts, whether or not they know what they're going to do, and they just insert in a little bit of FUD just to keep a little bit of relevance. I don't know, because I don't know if it's just you, but I haven't thought about Jerome Powell in a while. He used to be a major feature in, the price of Bitcoin or price of the economy in the earlier parts of the year. I remember in February, March, would wait with bated breath what Jerome Powell is going to say. But now, unless I see an alert on Twitter, someone talking about it, I don't even remember that there's a Federal Reserve announcement or anything like that. But it seems like, he is likely to slow its rate cuts with inflation pressure still elevated. So they're saying that Americans hoping for lower borrowing costs for homes, credit cards, and cars will be disappointed after this week's Federal Reserve meeting. Fed's policymakers are likely to signal fewer interest rate cuts next year than were previously expected. I can leave this article in the description if you're interested. Basically, it goes through the rationale of not cutting as quickly as previously calculated, perhaps because the inflation isn't doing what they thought it was going to do. So there's a little bit of fuddish energy coming from that, which is kind of dampening pump that we should have seen in the alt markets, I guess, in the very, very short term. But after the 18th, when we've got the cuts or not, we know where everything is going. I believe that maybe the ascent might be a little bit more steep than it is now, which means anytime from then, we may very swiftly approach a new all-time high for XRP. Not financial advice. Do your own research. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.